Hi, my name is Lynn Wolfe, and I work for Tucson Parks and Recreation. Tucson Parks and Recreation would like to offer a yoga class. So this is going to be a class on balance. Right now, times are pretty wild, so I think balance would be a wonderful thing for all of us to try to have. So we're going to just start out doing something called cross crawl. We're going to take the opposite hand to the opposite knee. So you're just going to go side to side. The knee can come as high or as low as you need to. You can also do this in a chair, sitting on the chair and lifting the knees to the legs. The reason that this is so helpful is anytime we crisscross the center line of our body, we are helping the brain to realize one side or the other, because it works. What we do that's right or left, our brain is actually doing it opposite. If that makes sense. So we're just crossing the body. You're breathing. And you can do as many or as few as you need to. This is for everyone. I want you to enjoy. It's okay to stop anytime you want. Do what your body needs to do. The whole time. Don't worry so much about form. Just do what works for you. Because what you're doing is 100% right for your body. I'm here as a teacher, as a person to show you, a guide. Okay? That's all. All right, so this is cross crawl. And then from here, we're going to open the legs up, and we're going to, again, cross the midline. We're going to take your arms. They're going to be out, and they're going to windmill. I'm going to take my one hand to my chest, and then go the other way. So I'm keeping my hips straight as I go side to side. Try to keep the elbow straight, and just know, when you look at my elbows, they look different because I have hyperextended elbows. So try to keep your elbows as straight as you can. So you're inhaling in one direction. You can stop, take a breath, inhale the other. So inhale. Exhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And if you've been at this longer, you can inhale in one direction and exhale in the opposite. Whatever works for you. Good. Allow that motion to stop, and now we're going to have our feet in a wide angle, and we're going to do some wide angle alternating forward bends. So we're going to take one hand to the opposite leg. You can bend your knees as much as you need to. Bring the arms back up. And then come to the other leg. So I'm inhaling and I'm exhaling. Inhaling, exhaling. It's totally fine to keep the knees soft. If you're sitting in a chair, you can lean down into just the knee. So you can take your upper body and bring it down. Wherever you need to be. Just crossing that midline. Here's my midline, and I'm crossing. So just breathe with it. Come up and go at your speed. You can go as slow as you'd like, and you can go faster. Knees bent deeply or straight. I encourage a slight bend at least. Good. So just go as long as it feels comfortable for you. You can always modify or increase. Okay. And then we're just going to bring our hands to our hips. You can, if your legs feel tight, you can just shake them out a bit. And we're just going to do some standing hip circles. So have your feet about hip width, and think about your toes being wide, and think about your heel being behind the biggest part of your foot. So you may end up looking a little bit pigeon-toed rather than this. Okay, we really want to have the feet straight. So from here, we're going to just we're going to bend the knees softly. We're going to just roll the hips. I want you to think about a nice big circle. Like if you are a spoon in a pot Roll those hips so that spoon is stirring everything in that pot, so everything mixes really well. So your buttocks is the spoon on the edges of the pot. Just inhale in one direction, exhale in the other. I like to inhale as I come forward because my belly is going to come out, and then exhale as I go backwards. So I'm inhaling, belly's coming out, exhaling, belly comes in. So just nice and soft, let it be fluid. Come to a stop, and then we're going to bend those knees and we're going to go the opposite direction. And if you need to take a break in between, please do. Wherever you need. Breathing and rolling, nice and gentle and flowing. Anyone at any age can do this. You can bring the kids in, you can bring the grandkids in, maybe you're the parent, maybe you're the grandparent. Everybody can have fun together. Okay, so after the rolling, we're just going to come on down to the floor, and this is a position, it's called cat-cow. Let me come this way. So basically, this can be done on your hands and knees, or if you have difficulty with your elbows or hands, you can come all the way down, so the wrists are not a problem, and the elbows are not a problem. So I'm going to show you coming up, the fingers are wide, and you're going to press into these two parts of the fingers, the index and the thumb. So you're going to inhale into cat. My buttocks is going up. I'm having a C curve, and my head is coming up. And then you're going to exhale, tuck your tailbone way under, tuck the head under, push the belly in, and this is cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. So just move gently at the pace that you'd like to. I'm inhaling deeply as I come forward, bringing my shoulder blades back, and I'm lifting up this tailbone. Tailbone is really important in this one. And then I'm tucking my tailbone under, looking like a frightened cat. Cats do this when they're frightened. They're not trying to scare you, they are scared. Bring the pelvis under, and then lift it up. So if you were on your forearms, you'd press with the hands, you'd inhale the cat, allow the buttocks to come up, those hip bones, and then exhale and tuck it all under. Inhaling up and exhaling down. At your pace and your speed. This is really good for the flexibility in the back. And we really want our spine to stay flexible. Flexible spine is a healthy spine. And then I'm going to show you downward dog, which can be done either on the hands. You want to try to have the elbows facing each other. I have difficulties with my elbows. They want to turn out. It's just a hyperextension. And then you're going to take your toes under so that the elbows, the veins in the elbows point toward each other. Toes are going to come under. You're going to lift your buttocks up, and you're going to lean back. Most people are not going to be able to get their heels all the way down. Don't worry, it's not necessary. So from here, just bend one knee and the other. Allow the hips to be soft, and allow the hips to go side to side. It feels really wonderful. Inhaling. Exhaling, inhaling, and exhaling. And then what you're going to do is we're going to come all the way up on both feet up to our toes, and then drop those heels down and see how far you can get. If it's too hard,
for the legs, you can soften the knees at any time. They don't have to be straight. You do your best. And just know most people are not going to get their heels all the way ground, and that is not the goal. The goal is to just get a nice stretch. So we're going to inhale one more time. Bring your hips all the way back. Let the top of your buttocks be the peak of the mountain. Inhale and exhale. So just going to show you if you were on your if you had your hands on the floor, it's going to be harder, so you're not going to be able to get your buttocks up as high and your feet down as much. So you're going to inhale, so you would be walking, then you'd come up and you'd exhale and try to bring those hips down. Much harder when you're further down. The other thing you can do is you can put pillows or blocks or anything that's square here and put your arms up here, so then you're higher up. So you're here, but you're still in this position. Okay, so from downward dog, we're going to come into child. So you can use padding under your knees if you need to. Child, you're just leaning forward. It's a resting posture, relaxing the low back. The hands can be forward. Just breathe. The hands can be the sides. If you want to make a little pillow with your hands, you can put your hands together, and then I take my thumbs and I just drop my forehead. The whole idea is to stretch this low back, so if you want, you can even lean side to side. That feels really good to me. And if child is too hard, you can come into a fetal position. It's another way of relaxing, because you're basically relaxing. Another idea is to come onto your back and bring your knees into your chest, because the whole idea is to stretch this lower back and to allow it to relax. So if you're here, you're getting the same position. Again, no hands on the knees. Hands on the shins or underneath the knees is actually even safer. So this is the same as child, it's reverse. So I'm going to come back into child. And then we're going to go from child into our next pose. So we're going to come onto all fours. And again, padding underneath everything if you need it, as much as you need. So hips, feet, legs are hip width apart. Arms are about hip width apart. And this is table. So in table, we're just going to wag our tail. We're just going to look to the right and let the hips come to the right. Look to the left and let the hips come. Just relax and loosen up the hips. So you're just looking in the same direction. Kind of making a comma with your body. Good. Okay. If you feel like you need to rest again, come down to child. And again, table can be on all fours. Okay, now we're going to do balancing table. So with balancing table, we're going to take the opposite hand and the opposite leg, and we're going to lift. So even if it's just that much, that's absolutely fine. If you're able to get it higher, okay, so your goal would be to lift and have your body be straight. And just you're going to breathe here, inhaling and exhaling. If you feel like you're going to fall, you can take your toes under. If you feel like you're falling, you can just do this. However you need to. Breathe deeply. If you need a bend in that knee, allow the knee to bend. Whatever you need. Bring the other hand and leg up. Opposites. Opposites are going to balance us. The head can face down. Breathing. Again. And I'm going to just show you with the hands down. So if you were on all fours, on elbows, in one direction, breathing in and out, letting that go, in the other direction. So just use your imagination to find a way to make this work for you. Okay, if you need to come into child, lean back again. So that's balancing table. Okay, so from here, we're going to do similar to what we did. We're going to roll onto our backs. And we're going to bring the opposite arm and the opposite leg up. So I'm going to show you what it would be like in a simple way first, where the knees are bent, hip width apart, so that you can just lift the leg, and then the opposite arm can come up, or it can come all the way over, if your arms and your shoulders are, comfortable doing that. Okay, and I'll show you the other side. So it'll be here or here. You can flex the feet if you want. You'll get a little bit more of a stretch, or here. And to make it a little harder if you want to, and if you're able to, we're going to take the legs. Keep one knee bent at all times. So one leg will come up, let the leg come back down, straighten, and let the other leg. Because if you're lifting just your legs, it's definitely harder on your back, so I want to keep it simple and a little bit easier. If you know you can do this, and if you've had a lot of experience with yoga or any other exercise where there's a lot of flexibility, you can have the legs straight. So you're inhaling and exhaling down. This is one way to flex the foot. The foot is flexed. It's going to make the legs work a little harder. And you're actually in better alignment. But you do what works for you. Good. Okay, so from here, we're just going to come to one side. Let yourself lift yourself up. So just to notice, I'm on my side. I'm leaning in with this arm and this wrist, or I'm making a fist. Push down with this hand and allow your body to come up. I'd much rather see us come up slowly rather than fast. So to the side, lean in with your elbow and your arm, hand lifts. Okay, it's much safer. It's actually really good to come out of bed like that if you can. So now we're going to transition into a seated spinal twist. We're going to take the right leg to the left knee. And if you're able to bring it over that left knee, that's great. If not, it's okay. I'm going to bring it here to show you. So we're going to take the right arm, bring it behind our back, the left arm around that knee, and twist. Sorry, I am right-left challenged. Breathe. Lift your torso, open the heart. Look, see how far you can look behind you. Breathe deeply. This is a great stretch for stretching your neck out so you can see behind you when you drive. You're going to breathe in and out as you're here. Inhale and exhale. So we're going to go the opposite side. So the right leg straightens, the left leg bends. If you want to bring the foot over, you can, if it's comfortable. Take your right arm, wrap it around the knee, either the hand or as much as you can, whatever's comfortable. The left arm's going to come behind your back. You're going to reach. You're going to twist around, look behind you, take some breaths. You can flex this foot if you'd like to have a little more of a challenge. Inhaling and exhaling. Deep breaths. Good. Okay. We're going to untwist, but I'd like you to do that as many times as comfortable so you can get practice. So before we end, I'd like to teach alternate Nostra breath. So I'm going to sit cross-legged, but this doesn't mean you have to sit this way. You can sit with your legs out or your feet together a little bit. You just want to be, even in a chair, you just want to be upright, okay? So it's not necessary to be able to cross legs. We're going to take the right hand, and we're going to take the thumb and to the right nostril. We're going to inhale through the left. We're going to hold
the left nostril, and then we're going to exhale out of the right nostril. So I'm inhaling. Now I'm going to inhale right and exhale left. Inhale out of my left, into my left nostril, and exhale right. So you're going to stay here with this breath for a while, deep and slow. Try to keep the inhalation and the exhalation equal so you can count. 1, 2, 3, close. Inhale. 2, 3, close it off. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale opposite side. 1, 2, 3. So you're just going to keep going with this. Inhaling and holding the other side. Exhaling. Inhale. Exhale. Block it off. Exhale. What this is doing is bringing the oxygen to one side of the brain. You're bringing the oxygen into one nostril, and then you're holding that nostril off, closing it off, and exhaling the other side. Inhale. Exhale. So just sit comfortably, as well as whatever is comfortable for you, and you're just going to keep on the breath. And then, like usual, the way we end all classes, we come into Shavasana. You're just going to lie down, make yourself comfortable, allow the feet to splay out, let the hands come forward. If you can, see if you could think about bringing your shoulder blades toward each other so the chest lifts. If you need something under your head, please use it. If your head is doing this, please use a pillow. You want the neck to be straight. Hands are here, and you're just going to start to relax your body. And you can drift off into a sleep, but it's real important to relax your body at the end of class. Relaxation is very important. The relaxation comes after the movement, so it's very important, and that's where you're going to get the most benefit in the relaxation, is after the movement. If you just relax, yes, that feels great, but you're going to get more of a benefit if you do the exercise first. And just stay here as long as you'd like. So thank you for coming to another class given by Tucson Parks and Rec.